These are some of the most freakiest and unordinary places you can find these animals. In the depths of the ocean, you usually expect to see sharks just swimming in the open sea. But you would never expect to see these animals living inside a volcano. In 2015, an expedition was done in the active volcano 𝓯𝓻𝓮𝓪𝓴𝔂 in the Solomon Islands. The scientists were going to explore the volcano's crater while it was sleeping, and they did not expect to see sharks and other fish living inside the volcano's crater. The sharks the scientists saw were silk sharks and scalloped hammerhead sharks. And while observing the sharks, they seemed to be doing very well in the volcano's environment, with the boiling heat and murky water being the main danger it should cause them to die. And after this discovery, scientists decided to give the name of this phenomenon 𝓯𝓻𝓮𝓪𝓴𝔂, and also suggested the theory that large marine creatures can live in extreme environments. I don't know who came up with this theory, but putting large marine creatures inside extreme environments is probably the most dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's literally like putting a sperm whale up on land. They're obviously going to die. Sharks as well are probably the most freakiest creatures we have in the ocean besides dolphins. And dolphins are the literal most freakiest animals we have in the ocean. We're not even going to say anything about them. Those are literal predators. And those guys are some tweakers. They literally get high off pufferfish and gang up on females. Literal predators. EDPs. I want you to picture this. Imagine you go golfing with your friends in Australia. You hit the golf ball into the lake, and when you're going to reach for the ball, you see a big-ass shark just jump out the water. That story, to be exact, was not true, but in 1996, a golf course groundskeeper made a weird discovery in the 14th hole of the Carba golf course in Australia. 6 bull sharks were found in the golf course water hazard, and after this encounter, many people thought that it was a myth, and with the lake being pretty big for baby sharks, that's what they all thought. But as time passed on, these sharks got bigger and meaner, and people started to notice. Sightings were starting to be more frequent, and word started getting around that there were sharks inside the golf course. These sharks literally lived inside the lake for nearly 2 decades, and the reason for the sharks being there was caused by flooding, because the golf course is nearby 2 different rivers, and bull sharks having the ability to live in fresh and salt water. It's highly likely this is how they ended up being there, but after 2015, they were no longer found there. It's said that they either died off or another flood took them away. I'm going to take back everything I said about sharks being the most freakiest creatures on Earth. They're honestly probably some of the most fascinating ones we have on Earth, and probably some of the most chillest ones we have besides capybaras. Those guys are not even afraid of anything. They literally stand on top of crocodiles, and the crocodiles don't even think of anything. They don't even eat them. To be honest, I think sharks deserve more attention than what we give other people. I think more famous celebrities are some douchebags, and we should be giving these sharks more attention. Heck, even imagine if there was a shark NBA league. Bro, oh my god, we would have a whole hammerhead LeBron James. Speaking of LeBron James, I honestly think people should stop glazing him and start glazing more about sharks. Imagine us starting to call sharks our sunshine.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray.
Have you ever wondered who's in Paris? I'm not going to finish the last phrase, but have you ever thought to yourself while using the toilet, damn, what if there's a literal crocodile in the sewers and it starts biting my butt? Well, if you ever thought about that, you're in luck, because on March 7th, 1984, in the Rue de Pointe-Neuf in France, bear with me, my French is not even good at all. I don't even know it. The sewage department encountered the scariest sighting, a 2-year-old female croc. But not just any croc, a literal Nile crocodile, the second largest crocodile in the world. I'm going to put this in perspective. I think the average height for a person is 5'7", but imagine comparing yourself 5'7" to Shaq. That's how big it is. After they saw this, the department was stunned by this discovery and alerted the French fire department. They caught an 80-centimeter or 2-foot tall crocodile, so it wasn't even that big. And according to the vets, the crocodile had a minimum of 2 months to live in there by just living off of rats and garbage in there. They later on called the crocodile Eleanor and transferred her to the Vannes Aquarium, where she lived there for more than 30 years of her life. She lived the best life than when she was living in the sewers. She is the definition of rags to riches. Eleanor ended up getting up to 13 feet in length, living her best life until May 2021, when she died at the age of 38. Rest in peace, Eleanor. Your life will be remembered. I'll put you on a t-shirt as well. Have you ever wondered, damn, what if a whale fell out the sky? Well, in 2019 in Brazil, a 26-foot-long humpback whale was mysteriously found in the mangrove swamps in the Mariano Island in Brazil. far from the shore, and to be exact, 50 feet away. The reasoning for this freaky discovery is still unknown, but the leading theory for this is water spouts, a more bigger and broad-legged, stronger tornado. Water spouts are created by mesocyclones or supercell thunderstorms, or what I like to call it, a thunderstorm on steroids. According to countless reports, these crazy tornadoes can literally suck up anything, and can launch anything far away. That's why scientists believe a humpback whale somehow got in it and got sucked up into the air and launched away like an angry bird. So, to end out the video, these were some of the most freakiest places an animal has been found, but there's still a lot of more animals that I didn't get to cover that were found in more freakier places. So, if you want a part 2 to this video, subscribe to the channel, as I'm going to talk about more animal stories and other things about animals that you probably didn't even know about. So, subscribe.